Hello everybody and welcome to my channel, the place where we make fun of the morons we see out here on the road. A bit like this plank whose driving licence is like an ice cube on a hot plate. It weren't a good idea in the first place and it won't last long. Then we've got this next muppet in this little green car who don't stop. What's he think a giveaway line is? The telephone number you dial to donate money to charity? That's down on the theme of the shopping centre car park. You got this from Brian T. We got this moron reversing up here, not looking where he's going, and he hits the car with a camera in it. Now look what this moron does, yeah? Look, he's sitting here, has a little look over his shoulder. Oh God, I've hit a car. What shall I do? He's thinking for 3 seconds, probably the most time he's ever spent thinking in his whole entire life. Then what does he do? Just like John Wayne in True Grit, he just rides off into the sunset. Yeah, not my problem. Nothing to see here. Now nothing quite says, I'm as confused about the highway code as a pigeon is confused about using a Kenwood food processor, as identifying as a motorbike and just driving up the outside of the traffic over the chevron markings because I'm in a black Merc and I can. Unlike driving normally and acting like someone who's got a mental age older than 5 years old, which he can't. Here we are on board with Michael going through this little village in Thurso, wherever that may be. Just about to overtake this van, taking it nice and steady. But I tell you, ain't taking it nice and steady. That moron in that little blue van, he is to intelligence and road safety what Bonnie Blue is to celibacy and virtue. This from John B. And this BMW driver, confused as to what that orange flashing light is on the side of John's car, just pulls straight out in front of him. Ooh, what the fuck's that for? Here's an Audi driver in a state of panic. He moves that strange stalk on the left-hand side of the steering wheel and he gets orange flashing lights on his dashboard. Look, he's panicking. Don't know what they are. Indicates left and turns right. After he turns right, he indicates right. Then, by some quirk of fate, E&K Driving School on Instagram managed to catch the very same Audi driver using his indicators correctly but not using his brain correctly as he goes into the petrol station via the exit road. You just can't teach an old dog new tricks. Okay, now keep your eye to the right. Look at that blue Subaru chasing that motorcyclist. Obviously, they're having some sort of incident. Now, the Golf tries to pass the blue Subaru. The blue Subaru is not paying attention and just does the Golf in the front wing. That blue Subaru driver displaying the spatial awareness of a scared cat running through a hall of mirrors. Now, the motorcyclist is taking his gloves off and all bets are off. Yeah, that Subaru driver's definitely missing a few drawers from his filing cabinet. This from Cool Cat and he's behind this trucker, and this trucker is going to do with this red light what a suspicious girlfriend is going to do with her boyfriend's phone when she gets a passcode to it, and let's go straight through and go straight through everything. So don't be a naughty boy and don't jump red lights. And speaking of that, here comes Sandra, been to the King's Head after work, got a bit carried away with the Prosecco there. She reminds me of one of my neighbours, I'm not going to say which one. Okay, now keep your eye on that cyclist. I'm sorry about the film quality, but I'm not as sorry as that cyclist. He's having to share road space with an idiot who's driving a Toyota Prius, who's so thick that his idea of multitasking is ironing a shirt while he's still wearing it. With intelligent thoughts of money, that moron's a regular in the pawn shop. Here we are on board with Stephen W. on the A13 by Beckton, a road which is renowned for law-abiding and safe drivers. Yeah, about as safe as a parachute made out of a fishing net. Now, as you notice, that idiot in that Range Rover, he come from lane 3 to lane 1 in one fell swoop. Also, as you notice, he's jumping this massive traffic queue. But he's in a Range Rover, so he's allowed to do it. Not only in a Range Rover, but he's got black windows and he's got a tinted number plate. That right there is the Illuminati of arrogance and pulling dumb strokes on the road. But hang on a minute, did you notice his number plate? 55 Shah, IQ of 55, soft-headed and helpless. On board with Steve T here, and he's in a 44-tonne truck. Not best known for their fast stopping abilities, but unfortunately the tosser in the Tesla never got the memo about that and he just squeezes in front of him. That donut there, he's so clueless, I bet even his imaginary friend won't speak to him. From one Tosla to another, here we go. I'm stopping at the amber light, turned light a bit fast there, but I managed to stop. But unfortunately the moron in the Tosla didn't stop. As Toslas keep proving every day, artificial intelligence in these vehicles will always be overcome by natural stupidity. On board with Musa, as you can see, all traffic directed to the left there. Big no entry sign over there on the left-hand side, but that means nothing to that moron in the Merc. The moron who's such a massive bellend, even his shadow keeps a safe distance from him. And here's a BMW 1 Series driver, driving like a real Joe Blunt. I bet even his inner voice goes hoarse when he's trying to think. This is from Brian T. Now, this is a typical example of how people actually become mentally disengaged once they get in their car. Now, basically, all you got to do is stop and go, innit? And know when to stop and when to go. But this woman in this car here, she obviously gets a bit confused at that complex task and just accelerates to the car in front. She's so dumb she probably has to write breathe and blink on her to-do list. This from Ken O, and as you can see, sitting in a bit of traffic at these temporary lights. What do we see on the back of that pickup truck? That's quite correct. The chevrons of privilege that allow you to drive exactly how you want. Keep your eye on this. Look, coming up there. The blue arrow on the right says keep left. So what's he do? He goes right, of course. Sort of bloke that gets confused trying to find his way out of a toilet cubicle. On board with Mr. Thunder, going around this roundabout, just taking this next exit here. Keep your eye on the left, because you're about to see another example of how the chevrons of privilege allow you to do exactly as you like. And there he goes, straight in front. Mr. Thunder said he's a local man. They call him croissant. I said, why do they call him that? He says he's soft on top and a bit flaky. But it's not just the chevrons of privilege that let you drive like a real Joe Blunt. You can have a white BMW with black windows and you never fail to disappoint. They're like the gift that keeps on giving for this channel. But come on, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. He could be right in the middle of a heated argument. Yeah, with his own voicemail messages probably. Here's another BMW driver whose brain's like a phone that's permanently switched onto airplane mode. Look where this moron thinks it's okay to park. Look, like that. Blocking disabled people from getting across the road, yeah? And just Starface sticking out in the middle of the road. Seriously, in what realm of reality makes you think it's okay to park like that? That's the sort of idiot, if he sees a sign that says push here, he looks for the end of the rope. Have a look at this idiot, definitely been vaccinated against intelligence when he was young. Look at these dangerous conditions. He goes from lane 3 to the slip road in one manoeuvre. Unbelievable. And this from Why So Much Red Tape, showing that the chevrons of privilege allow the police to just open their door without checking in their mirror. Got to start selling them chevrons of privilege and I'll make a fortune. This from Bernie B, showing BMW 1 Series lane discipline at its best. Giving it the big one because he's just learnt to read silently. This clip from Billy. Now keep your eye on that silver car on the right because he's got the visual ability of a sardine in a tin as he just pulls out in front of that Audi. Then 4 circles of privilege on the front of that Audi didn't help him this time, let me tell you. The driver of that silver car was probably on the phone to Siri. Siri, why do my parents always change the subject when anyone asks about me? And have a look at this plank trying to get out of this parking space. Oh my goodness. Guys, if you like what you see, I'll put a smile on your face. Please hit that little like and subscribe button down below because it really does help. And for those that don't know, I've got a book out, 360 funny insults and put downs. Link in the description down below. Right, let's have a look at some bikes. Okay, so first off, we got this idiot here up on Hyde Park Corner, out on his bike. Yeah, got his kid on the back. What do you notice about the kid? Zero protective clothing other than the crash helmet. For a big motorbike, shorts and trainers just does not cut it. If you're an adult, you wear what you want. You know the risks, you're doing that. But for a kid, this is wrong. Sorry, this is wrong. That's the idiot there. If anyone knows him, have a word with him and just tell him what that sort of danger he's putting his kid in. Unbelievable. Next up is this donut riding on the pavement, which he shouldn't do. Rides straight into the road, almost in front of that car, and ends up going over the handlebars. Puts his hand up to say, yeah, I'm thick, I know. Yeah, speaking of thickos, we've got a right couple of idiots in this one from Sadik K. Keep your eye to where the red arrow is. See the cyclist coming through his light. Oh, straight in front of the van, and he goes down. Let's have a look at the slow-mo. Okay, so here comes the lemon slice on his bike going through his red light. Here comes the proper garden tool in his van going through his red light, and 2 wrongs don't make a right, and they both collide. Said on the side of that B&Q truck, you can do it. The only thing them pair of idiots can do is disappoint their parents every day. You've heard of the Fast and the Furious? That's the slow and the oblivious. What a pair of twats. On board with Musa again, just stopping at the zebra crossing to let the pedestrian go across, because that's what you do. Will you do? Unless you're a few slabs short of a full patio and you can only tell the time with a digital clock. He nearly run that bloke over. Brainless idiot. Got a real school avoiding reprobate in this from Stephen W. Look, watch this moron there. Look, on the wrong side of the traffic island, round the back of that car, on the wrong side of the road. If brains were cotton, that moron couldn't patch a moth hole. This is from Rookie Trucker and is featuring Cecil the Senseless, the e-scooter rider. Here he comes, riding his scooter, looking at his phone, hits a little pothole and he goes down. You shouldn't even be riding it on a public road in the first place, but if you do, at least use 2 hands because they're about as stable as a one-legged stool on a marble. Here we are on board with Ludmil, just going through his green light. Have a look at this moron in this lime scooter. Look, through his red light, straight in front of Ludmil. If everyone gave that idiot a penny for his faults, he'd be selling a big issue by now. Here's matey filming himself with a drone as he just goes down. Let's have a look again. Here he goes, going for the personal best. He can taste victory. He can taste success. He goes over the handlebars and all he can taste now is mud and grass. Well, that's it for this one, everybody. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe because it really does help me out. Thanks to everyone who sent in clips. If you like what you see, I'll put a playlist up here on the right. Go and watch some more of my videos if you like. Have a good weekend and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.